land use conversion, right, from the office to residence. Is it easy to do it?
Nothing is easy in New Jersey, but I think, again, this was a very unique time in our lifetime in COVID, and I think it was not obligated for us to convince the municipality that we should change the office use into multifamily. At the end of the day, the city is interested in generating traffic and generating income through taxable income. Therefore, it was easy for us to show that we would most likely get to the finish line by having apartments to lease up, as opposed to having an office space in 2021, 2022.
Thank you very much. Some of the FL issue is very close to the connect to President Bo's presentation. So I'd like to ask Mr. Moore with the following question. Actually, in the past, I read the late Woody autobiography. He explained that his inspiration for large-scale development came from Le Corbusier's concept of the vertical city. And the Western development, looking at Boris Western developments, Rupon Hills, Pranam Hills, and Azabadai Hills are all concentrated in Minatogo. So my next question is, why Minatogo? And is there any network effect among these three developments?
Thank you very much. Yes, that's correct. We built some huge project for communities and libraries, blah, blah, blah. The correct thing is a continuous and expansive pattern to the area growth. So, and if each hill has its own unique character, and appeal, it will become a diverse and attractive city. This is always basic concept. People will be, so each city, between each city, each hills, people will be able to move actively between hills and resulting in a vibrant city area. There is a potential for simultaneous, but the only one concern is simultaneous damage, like a big earthquake, big area. So, but existing closed fields is good for the area, area value. This is more basic concept.
Thank you. The Mori building has achieved many success stories so far. And could you share your company's vision and philosophy for the future?
Yes, our basic policy is making. We will strive to build a resilient city, and we will be contribute to the society or through our development project. This is key concept, the very most important concept for renovation. So contribution is important. Contribution is accepted by the community and the government and the local society. So we will still continue to our project for local contribution, not only local but contribution.
Yes. Well, in your presentation, you mentioned the Bobong Hills takes about over 30 years, right? You have to communicate with the locals several decades on the school. Were there any significant challenges you faced, and how did you address it?
The key is it's taking long time, as I mentioned. As for years, 17 years, sometimes 34 years. So the key is how to the local original brand owner, how can local original brand owner wait for the long time? Some of them are from 70 years old, 20 years, 70 years old, but the completion timing, they may not establish. So it is very tough issue. And the government, theoretically, the government is theoretically four-fifths of the blueprint. We can go to progress the project, but it is theoretically. But government asked us, you should get full approval from the local society. This is the moment.
Yes, I discussed about this approval issue with my Japanese colleagues, that officially it is they have to get approval from the locals like two-thirds, like 60%, but the government officials actually almost 99% of approval, so it takes a while. My next question is for our colleagues from Europe. So your company emphasizes on sustainability. It's quite remarkable. And could you explain why sustainability has become such a focus on your organization?
In Europe, it's really seen as part of the cost of doing business at this point because it is linked to the commercial success of the investment. Most investment managers and developers have an ESG or sustainability team in-house. You might call it different things. I've heard it called resiliency, longevity, ESG, sustainability. But it's seen as something that's vital to the operations, smooth operations of your company and the financial success of the investments. And I think with with AI, we're actually able to process a lot of the data we collect and be much more effective in how we use that. And it's very early in those stages, of course. But I think it's just seen in Europe as the default. It is no longer a bonus or a specialist area. It's you have a legal department, you have an ESG department. It's just part of the market landscape at this point. And I think most investors and developers from outside Europe who do want to present in the market realize that's part of the price of entering the market. If you do your homework, you'll realize this is something that's very important to either have in-house or have a very good advisor who's working with you.
Okay. But to achieve this meaningful sustainability outcomes, public incentives seem quite essential. I can be wrong. What types of incentives are envisaged in the EU? Could you elaborate on green financing on your presentation?
To look at the London market, or one market where we are very active, planning and zoning in the UK is a fairly arduous process. It can take quite a long time. So anything you can do to speed up the planning permit process is really beneficial. You can shorten the time it takes to receive a planning permit significantly if you are working with the municipality. And of course, the government has a lot of, it's in their interest to ensure that new developments are sustainable. So I suppose that's more of a risk mitigation than an incentive per se, but that's a very critical part for us in the UK market in particular. Green financing, this has been a really interesting development over the last 5 years even. 5 years ago, if you were working with an institutional lender, you could probably receive a green premium on financing if your acquisition and development was seen as having a green aspect. 5 basis points, 10 basis points. That's no longer the case, and that's because the institutional lenders simply will not lend on a building that seems to be unsustainable. You either have to acquire a building that's already green, or if you're acquiring a brown building, there has to be a very clear business plan with steps on the pathway to make it sustainable. And it's not a matter of price being more expensive, it's simply not available. So this is, I I think, a reflection of the fact that it's part of the cost of doing business in Europe.
Thank you very much. Next question for our only Korean developer. First of all, Mr. Kim, Chairman Kim has played one of the greatest role to host this great event. If other panelists don't mind, I would like to ask him in Korean, because I'm Korean, he's Korean, also Claudia's Korean. 김 회장님의 지금 이제 상당한 규모의 디벨로퍼로 성장을 했고, 그리고 이제 이 종합부동산 디벨로퍼 성장으로 평가받고 있고, 또 해외에서는 이제 쿠시나라는 이제 2개 프로젝트를 하는 걸로 알고 있습니다. 그래서 이 어떤 계기로 이 해외 투자를 시작을 했고, 미래에 이렇게 아웃바운드로 투자하는 계획이 계속 있는지 궁금합니다.
먼저 이렇게 많은 분들한테 감사해서 먼저 드리고 시작하겠습니다. 너무 귀한 시간 내주셔서 감사하는 말씀 드리고 싶습니다. 전 회장님, 사실 제가 사업 초기부터 되게 개발뿐만이 아니라 개발, 그리고 산업, 문화까지 저희가 문준 회장님이 종합 디벨로퍼라고 말씀하셨는데 저도 그런 쪽을 따라가고 싶었습니다. 종합 디벨로퍼에서 가고 싶었고, 근데 이렇게 요즘 시장 환경을 보면 저희 입장에서 보면 솔직히는 급하고 공사도 규제는 강하고 자본 조달은 어려워. 그래서 이게 또 고민을 하게 되었습니다. 국내 시장은 이게 나중에 어려울 수도 있겠다. 그래서 생각이 해외도 나가보고, 그래서 원래 미국에 여행 다니는 걸 좋아했습니다. 미국 시장을 해보고 싶었다. 그런 과정에서 혹시나 간편하게 은행이 되었습니다. 국내에서 우리가 그동안 몇십 년간 해온 저희가 임대아파트 때도 강점이 있어서 저희 가지고 있는 노하우나 강점이 무시하고 잘 협업해보고 좋은 기회가 있지 않을까 싶어서 했습니다. 사람이 원인을 아까 다 들으셨겠지만 우리가 큰 도시나 큰 나라의 디벨로퍼라고 사람 다 똑같더라고요. 저는 구시내장하고 처음 미팅 때 처음 보고 그 전에 사전에 공부를 있었지만 미팅 끝나고 내려가는 엘리베이터에서 저 알았었는데 약속하자 이렇게 결정했습니다. 제가 앞으로 미래에는 결국은 미국에 나와 회의에 나갔습니다. 결국 감독지피로서 한번 해보고 싶은 강한 욕심이 있습니다. 그래서 요즘은 K2, K1하고 저희가 K 디벨로퍼로서 한번 저희가 해보고 싶은 생각이 있습니다.
GP로서의 그 역할을 해외에서 좀 즐기고 싶고요. 아까 말씀 중에 이제 에쿼티 말씀을 하셔서 이제 북도부에서 지금 플랫폼 위치가 도입되면 아마 더 큰 자기 자본이 준비될 텐데, 사실 외국 같은 경우에는 에쿼티 기준이 높긴 하지만 에쿼티 금융 파트너들이 같이 많은데 이런 물론 저는 에쿼티 기준 높은 거에 대해서 굉장히 찬성합니다만, 그래도 현실을 봤을 때 현재 것이 높은 수준이 올라가는 시공기 상황에서 이 업계 자체가 문제가 틀릴 수도 있습니다. 이 대형리는 그리고 시공사 위주로 제표될 것 같다는 제 생각은 약간 의견도 존재하는데, 그러면 대표님 보시기에 이제 미래 우리나라 부동산 개발 형태가 어떻게 변모하리라고 보여집니까?
지금 시장이 개발 사업력이 확실히 어려워진 건 사실입니다. 지금 훨씬 더 큰 자본을 요구하고 훨씬 더 전문성을 요구하는 시장이 되다 보니까 아무래도 요즘은 대형 디벨로퍼 회사, 대형사로 집행되지 않을까라는 생각들을 하고, 또 소규모나 영세신 디벨로퍼들은 진입점들이 높아졌다고 생각을 합니다. 다만 제 생각에는 한국 개발 시장이 대기업으로만 갈 것 같지는 않습니다. 분명히 대기업하고 이렇게 디벨로퍼는 분명없이 차이점이 제가 보면 유연한 사고, 또 빠른 결정이 그것도 되게 이렇게 중소규모 디벨로퍼라고 기능이 뛰어난 친구들이 많거든요. 저는 이게 대형 디벨로퍼로 가지는 않을 것 같다. 그러기 위해서는 저는 아까도 그런 있지 그랬는데 저 이런 자리에서는 이런 말씀하고 이런 저는 항상 그런 얘기 하거든요. 이해하시죠? 야 돈이 혹시 땅이 없지 않다. 저한테 그만 차분하고 기다리고 걱정을 되게 잘해요. 그게 참 가장 중요한 거고 이런 요소도 그리고 이제는 협업을 해야 되는 시장 같습니다. 저도 예전에는 동업하는 거 되게 싫어했고 혼자 사업하는 거 좋았는데 이제는 시장이 커지고 많은 자본이 들어오고 하면 결국은 이 파트너십 역량이 중요하지 않을까 싶습니다. 여기 계신 분들 제가 보면